before I finish this guitar up, or I suppose as part of finishing it up, I'm applying another coat of oil. And the other side. Oh, we're getting close now. I can feel it. Just about there. I need to put some tuners in. We colloquially call them tuners. Tuners are, of course, things that check whether or not your guitar is in tune. But we call these things tuners. Machine heads. But I don't actually have any. I've got some, but they wouldn't suit this guitar. I have other things in mind for those. I don't want to take those off because that guitar, as I said only partially in jest earlier, will make a nice ornament, even though it can't be played. So I've ordered some, and they're on their way to me now, which will delay the finish to the completion of this guitar, but that's all right. It's taken a while already. What's another couple of weeks? I dare not point the camera around too much in the workshop just now because it's really messy. I've got several projects underway, but the tuners have arrived. Aren't they in nice shape? They were worth waiting for. If they perform well, I'll get more of those. I like them a lot. That white thing is just a sticker for protection. That will come off. While I was waiting for the tuners, because they took a couple of weeks to arrive, I started working on, I guess you could call it the Coffin 2.0. Oh dear, there's a bit of glue there. That'll come off. That's going to be a couple of video series away because there are a couple of other guitars in the queue already. So I'll go ahead and install these. I'll have to cut the nut slots as well. But this thing's getting there. Exciting times. It's still quite untidy in here, but as I finish these projects one by one, things will start tidying up. So I'm stringing it up, which is quite exciting. And the approach I'm taking is, so I've got this specialized set of nut slot files. There are a number of ways, well, a number of tools you can get for this purpose, but this one seems to be quite good. I buy my bone nuts pre-slotted, and they're not slotted to the right depth, but the fact that they're pre-slotted means you don't have to determine where the slot is. They're already on there. And what I'm doing as I put each string on is I'm choosing an appropriate sized file. Some of them are possibly too big. They'd be good for a bass guitar. But basically it's the size file that's about the same size as the string, or maybe slightly larger, so the string doesn't catch when you're tuning it. And just file the slot to a depth so that you can comfortably fret the note on the first fret, but not so deep that it buzzes on the first fret. That's pretty common sense, right? That's the approach I'm taking. No one told me to do that, but that kind of seems right. So that's what I'm doing as I go along each string. And so far, so good. And you do really need to just file a small amount. Take one and put it in the slot like so. I mean, you can see how it's going to work. Just file a very small amount and then try the string so that you don't take too much off. So I'm going to just keep doing this and put all the strings on. So, it works. It makes noise. It actually sounds pretty good, I think, which I'm quite happy about. That's always a plus. It isn't quite finished. I realised just before making this video that I hadn't done the side dots on the fretboard, so I quickly did that. It only takes a few minutes. I also realised that I still haven't covered the control cavity at the back. I think what I'll do is I'll make an oval plate using some of that perloid plastic. Yeah, I mean, nothing to see really. I'll just do that once these videos are finished. What I'm going to do now, just to finish up the project, is, and I won't show you this either because it's not very exciting, is I'll just do some fine tuning, setting up the height of these saddles. I'll check the intonation, although that actually sounds quite good. And you basically do that by checking that the harmonic points fall above the frets where you expect them to, and that each note sounds the right pitch. Basically, I would do that on the 12th fret because that's an easy measure. I might have another look at that nut. One or two of the skinnier strings might be sitting a little higher than I would like. They're close, but I'll fine-tune that and just make sure it's perfect. But other than that, this guitar is done. This guitar, the body of which once existed in timber that you might have been tempted to see as firewood, doesn't really look much like firewood now. I like it. This is probably the first video, in fact it is. This is the first video you've seen of a guitar finished. I have got sound out of one of my other guitars, namely the red one, just called the Flame. I haven't played that video for you, but I will at some point. But we're done.